Hello and welcome back to 802 Outdoors. We just bought a house and unfortunately there's no shed. So I've been tasked with building a shed or buying a shed. Either way, I need a place to put all my stuff, all my tools, my chainsaws, etc. So I go to the hardware store. Prices are through the roof. I said, screw that. I have a chainsaw, I have a mill. We're going to build it ourselves. Pretty much all the lumber for this build is going to come from trees that I've cut down myself. So today, for this video, I'm going to be showing you how to mill some dimensional lumber. Just studs, 2x4s, and some live edge pine siding. The live edge pine siding obviously is going to be the siding for the shed. And it's going to look sweet. A few months ago, we came down here, cut a whole bunch of trees down. You can see here, these are the stumps of a bunch of big white pines. I got a big pine log down there with a 12-foot guide ladder on it. And that's what we're going to be milling on. And this is what we're going to be milling with. The Steel 661. This thing is a beast and I love using it. I've milled a handful of times with it. And this is how we're going to get most of the lumber for this build. So first things first, I had to take a section of this log, this big white pine log, and isolate it so I could get the guide on there. So that piece is 8.5 feet long. I figured 3 inches on either end will help with the cracking and stuff as it dries until we cut it to length for the build. Then, so isolate it, then we put the guide on it. So here it's just a little piece of oak, a couple of screws, 2 brackets on this hold it in, nice and firm. Then we gotta set the depth for the first cut. So basically that accounts for the width of the ladder, the thickness of this bar, and the thickness or the depth at which those screws go to. You definitely don't want to make your first cut and hit those screws. You'll have a bad day. So we got our depth of cut set to about 7.5 inches. And that should clear us from those screws, no problem. Get the first scab off. And then we'll set the depth to about 2 inches. We'll start getting our studs. That first cut took about 8 minutes. I think I need to throw a fresh edge on it. It's pretty wood. I'll give it that for pine. I haven't really milled pine like this before, but looks pretty nice. But it's not gonna stay like that. So we're gonna keep it, we're gonna rip it in a 2-inch thick board, and then we're gonna rip it 4 inches apart. These are 2x4s, all 3.5 inches. Now that we got our 2-inch slab cut out, now we can rip some 2x4s. So what do? So we have to put one straight line down the edge. We're not trying to use a live edge. So Susan and I will do that. Might as well make our other snaps here too. So, I'll point down here. So 2x4s are not 4 inches thick. They are 3.5. But because this is green lumber, we're gonna go ahead and go 3 3/4. So right here. You see that mark? Oops. Wait a second. Yeah, 3 3/4. So about there. This one. 3 3/4 on the line. We'll just that out like that. Okay. And I think we need more chalk on the line.
Yeah.
Good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, so how do we cut these out in the woods? Now that we got our lines snapped, we're going to cut them with the circular saw. Got the 8 amp-hour battery, DeWalt circular saw. See how she does. Get a little gummy there. Okay, here's our live edge. Not too shabby. We'll keep going. folks. There it is. There's our first. Oh, just dropped the circular saw. First 2x4. How about that? Not too bad. See how we did on straightness. Oh yeah, well there's definitely some room for improvements there. But will it work for a shed? You're darn right it'll work for a shed. All right, we got a few more lines here to cut. Let's get them cut. Boom. 2 more beautiful studs. Run through the planer. Be better than store-bought. Maybe. Certainly better than Lowe's. Certainly better than Home Depot. Okay. That's that last bit of scab. And away it goes. And there. 4 2x4s. Not bad. Not bad at all. So there you have it. Those are the first 4 studs off this big pine log. Probably not going to film too much more. I feel like you get it or you don't. You rip a slab and you rip 2x4s off it. And then you hike them all the way up the hill. Doesn't look that far, but it is steep. I got a lot more to do tomorrow. So thank you for watching.